So, this is our agenda today on learning Java basics. And in future, we will learn Selenium also. Um, Today's agenda will be understanding about the arrays. We have talked a little bit about this already. We'll do more on example today. Okay. Once array is done, we will talk about functions, why to use the function, when to use, and how to use the function. In array, we will cover one-dimensional array. In shortcut, we say 1D array and or single dimensional array and two-dimensional array. Okay, 2D array also. Okay, let's start with some of the example and understand that we'll talk about like what is the issue, why array is invented and all. Okay. Let's understand with one example. Let me show this to you. Okay, this one. Okay, this one. Um, if you see here, tell me, is this a good way in Java to write the array? Or let me show you one more thing. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Yeah, okay. I wanted to show you this actually. So if you see this example, right, which is I have commented it, right? So what if you want to declare, let's say, how many variables are there? 10, I think. Okay, so int a is 234, int b is 239, int c is equals to 998, something like this. So let's assume these are the roll numbers of 10 students who are sitting on some exam. Okay, and you want to print all those whole numbers. Okay. Okay. So it's a big program because you have to store 10 different roll numbers. So you will require 10 variables. Correct. So you are storing integer a is equals to 234, integer b is equals to some other value, integer c some value, and then you are printing it. Right. So do you think it's a good idea to do in this way? Right? It may be, but consider a situation where there are 20, let's say 1,000 students. Okay, so in that case, you have to create 1,000 number of variables. Okay, and you have to remember the name of those variables also, and you have to assign it like this, right? There will be a great chance of human error in that case. And then if you want to print it, you have to do it in this way, right? So that's a difficult thing. Instead of this, it's better that you declare it like this. Okay. So the thing which you have done from line number 8 to line number 17, that can be done in single line also, like this. When you will say that, uh, whatever, like give it a name, like registration number, and all the numbers you can declare it like this. Okay, in single shot. So you have to write int a particular variable name, bracket is equals to, in the curly bracket, you can have these, the numbers which you want to provide. In that case, what will happen? It will create an array. Array means the the sequential uh, location where you can put the similar data type. Similar data. It's like you have one by one different values, right? But it should be with the same data type. Same data type means all the values are integer here only. Here, what will happen? Registration number of 0 will be 234. Registration number of 1 will be 239. It will be like this. And registration number, if you write in bracket 9, it will print the last one, the 10th value. Okay, this 774. Okay, that's it. This is how your you know uh, number of lines can be reduced. In fact, line number 31 and 32, that is also not the right way, but it's fine. We will understand about that's why we are doing this session about array and looping concept and all, right? Okay, then forget about this particular program. After whatever I have written here, basically, I wanted to uh, do some searching pattern, but it's fine. What we are doing, after this, we are saying which student you want to search. So somebody will say that I want to search the fifth student, right? So there are 10 students. You want to search the fifth student. Who is the fifth student? What is the registration number of the fifth student from the start? Okay, it's like this. So one by one, there is a registration number, right? Let's say somebody is sitting in the exam and the invigilator will come and will ask that, hey, tell me the registration number of that fifth student. So if you want to say that I want fifth student, so somebody will say, okay, five you have to enter, the system should understand what user is entering, correct? And then based on that, you will say that the fifth student is this. Fifth student is registration W minus one. Why we are saying W minus one? Because the index starts from 0. This is 0th index, this is first index, this is second, this is third, so this is fourth, this is fifth. So if you want to get sorry, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, this 454 is the fifth one, but the index will be 4. Okay, so once user will say that I want the fifth student, then you have to print registration W minus 1. Means the user will give you 5, but you have to print fourth as an index because in array, index starts with 0. Okay, I'm running this program. This is very simple. This many, okay, how many lines are there? It's just this. Okay, I'm giving you in chat window so that you can have this in your system. Let's run this. If I run this program, it is printing me 237, 774. Why? Because of the line number 31, I have printed registration number of 0, which is 234, registration number of 9, which is 774. Okay. And then I'm asking which student you want to search, something like this. Okay. So if I'll provide, let's say, if I'll provide here 5, so what it should print? It will print 454. Okay. Why it is printing me 454? Because this is the fifth student. Okay. Do you have any question here? What is registration? Somebody is asking. This is the variable name we have given. This is the identifier to the array. In Java, whenever you have any value, if you want to store, you have to store it in some variable, right? The same way you are storing it in this variable, all the 10 values. Yes, go ahead. Whatever question you have, you can put it in chat window. So let's say this particular thing, we were hard coding all the values here. Hard coding means the programmer himself or herself is providing the value, right? It's not a good way. It's not a good way. It's better to take all these values at the runtime. Okay. So same thing, what you can do is you declare the array. You can declare the array like this. Int registration number bracket is equals to new int 10. That means you want to create one array with this name, and it should be able to contain 10 values. It should be able to have 10 values. Okay. Now, what you can do if you want to get at the runtime, you can say scanner sc is equals to new scanner system.in. We have already talked about it. What is a scanner and all. And then you can ask to the user that enter registration number for 10 values, right? Or roll numbers of 10 students, something like that. Now, what we are doing is registration number of 0 will be sc.nextInt. What we are saying is whatever user will provide, consider it as integer and put it into registration number of 0. Then sequentially we are putting all those values. Okay. I'll show you when I'll execute this. Same thing we are doing, but this time it's like very dynamic in the nature of having the values. So when I'll run this program this time, okay, see here it is asking me enter registration number 10 values. Okay, I'll provide, let's say 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm putting in sequential way so that you'll understand that what value is getting printed. 18, 19, 20, 21. After that, it is asking which student you want to search. So let's say if I say I want to get seventh student, so I'll say 7, and it is printing me 18. Okay, why it is printing me 18? Because if you see here, first one is this, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Seventh is this 18. Okay. What we did, same thing. We store all those values into index. Registration number of 0 is 12. Registration number of 1 is 13, right? In that way, we stored one by one, and then we have printed it based on whatever user has asked. So this is simplified now. Last time we have hard coded here all the values, but this time we asked users to put all those values. Okay. If you want to try this program, you can do it at your end. I'm providing you here. Fine. Okay. Fine. Next one. Why I'm doing in this way, that I'm not typing the program and I'm directly showing you this kind of thing, because I want you guys to practice it, because I want you guys to ask me the question that what it is, why we are doing something like this and all, right? But these are pretty simple thing. If you understand about a bit about variables, data type, and you know, storing the values, it will be easier for you. Okay, that's why I'm showing some random thing first. Then we will do some programs about it later on. Okay. Mm, fine. This one. So it's very simple. If you want to declare four, if you want to have four values, right, you can declare it like this. So let me cut it from here. Control X. I'll put it here. Okay. It's very simple. Just a revision kind of thing. You can declare int values, bracket is equals to new int. This name can be anything, X, Y, Z, anything. I have put values. Okay. Then how to assign the values to those position. A value of 0 is 45, value of 1 is 2, value of 2 is 678, value of 3 is 23. It can be negative also, because we are saying it should all be integers. Okay. So integer has a particular range. You can put all the numerical values. So negative value is also fine. Okay. Forget about line number 17 as of now. Line number 18 is system.out.println values.length. This length is a function. If you will say, what is the length of my array values, right? So it will print you 4. Why? Because at the time of declaration, you said that there will be 4 values into it, maximum. Okay. Line number 21 will print, obviously, what it will print? It will print 678. Why? Because values of 2 is 678. Okay. Can we increase the array size at the runtime? Can we increase the array size while after declaration already? So I want to do now the values will be the new integer 6, right? So will it preserve all those values? Let's see. Because you're saying that, no, my new array is um, size 6. Okay. So if you see here, it is printing 0. If you will increase it, all your values will get vanished. All the values which you stored here will get vanished if you will try to increase the size of array at runtime. So this is not a good practice. This is not a good practice to change the size of the array at, in the program. Once you declare, it's fine. You declared it that it will have 4 values. Okay. Here I was just showing that you can have, millions of values also, or even more. That's it. Coming back to this, don't you think it's a very lengthy thing? What we are doing here is we are, declaring the values, and then when you want to print all these values, you are using system.out.println 5 times. We are using system.out.println 5 times. In the same way, when you have this, you are assigning all these values, but then if you want to print all the values, you are using system.out.println 5 times. Instead of this, can I do one thing? Can I write for loop here? I'll say for integer p is equals to 0, p is less than 5, p plus plus, and here in the bracket, we will only say system.out.println roll number of p. So the thing which you are doing from this line to this line, right, can be done with this logic also. Everyone agree with me? Why? Because if you see system.out.println, that is the common code, roll number. Now what you can do, you can start p from 0 to 4. When we say p is less than 5, it's like going from 0 to 4. Okay, less than 5 means it will not go till, it will not be equal to 5. Less than 5. So 0 to 4. And I'm printing roll number, uh, roll number of 0, then roll number of 1, then roll number of 2, roll number of 3, roll number of 4 in a smart way. So if I run this program this time, you will be able to see that this is printed twice. This is because of the last code we have written, this one. Okay. This is because of the line number 31 to 34. Simplifying it. So for loop simplifies whatever you want to do repetitively. Okay. And whenever you are using arrays, it will be very handy to use for loop, to go through the array, to search something in the array. Okay, fine.